Hey everybody, I'm back with some hatchlings to show you today. I've got some really cool stuff here. But before I get into that, I want to kind of explain what I do here on a daily basis. A lot of people, I think, have the misconception that being a ball python breeder or a reptile breeder in general is just kind of playing around with all these snakes, cutting eggs open, looking at them a lot. And there's actually a ton more that go into it than that. There's, of course, feeding and watering and cleaning, which is exhausting with all these snakes and so many more that we have here. So I just want to kind of go through real quick and tell you what I'm doing today alone. So I got up around 5:30 this morning. Shortly after that, I went to the shop, started working on feeding. I fed about 160 or 170 2017 holdbacks today. Then I started answering emails to catch up on what came in since yesterday. And that can take anywhere from an hour to 3 or 4 hours. Mondays are usually a really busy day for emails from the weekend, so I'll be answering emails sometimes for half the day here. Then after that, I have to pack my shipments up. Then after that, I have to put 12 clutches of babies away. Not 12 babies, 12 clutches of babies. I have to set up in individual containers or individual tubs in my rack systems, label them, put all the information that I need to on the label so I can identify those snakes later and which clutch they came from and all that. And then after that, then I've got a shipment of about 500 to 600 live rats coming in, and then I go into full feeding mode here, and I'll be feeding all these plus all the snakes in another room, which is probably almost twice as many as these. So that's basically what I do here. And then once FedEx shows up and picks up my packages, then I can leave if I'm done. But most of the time on my day that I have to feed all my adult breeders, I'm usually putting in about a 14 to 15 hour day generally. So anyway, there's a lot of work that goes into working with these snakes. A lot of basically cleaning poop. I feel like I clean poop for a living pretty much. Always, they're always going to the bathroom and everything. So it's just a lot of work to keep up with all of it, but fortunately I love it. I can't imagine working this hard doing something I didn't love, but I love doing this. I'm so excited for all these morphs, and I'm going to start showing you some of those right now. I've had some really cool things over the past week or two, and I've got a lot more coming. I've got so many eggs incubating right now. It's going to be crazy summer here. So anyway, let's get right to it. First clutch I have here is from a Dreamsicle male bred to a lavender 100% het pied female. I love these kinds of pairings because everything in it is going to be cool. There's a nice little trio. I sexed those a little while ago, and it's a 1 male, 2 female trio of lavender 100% het pieds. Now the father of these is a Dreamsicle, so he's a visible lavender albino and pied, so he's gonna give those genes to every single baby. So even though the mother is just a lavender het pied, he's giving the pied gene to all these lavender babies as well. So all these lavenders are 100% het pied. Okay, then we've got the Dreamsicles. I'm working on getting other genes into the Dreamsicles. I haven't been able to yet, but within the next year or two I should be able to get a lot of other things in there. I'm working on GHI, Yellow Belly, Orange Dream, Fire, several others as well. So this is all from one clutch here. 4 Dreamsicles and 3 lavender het pieds. And I know I'm kind of male heavy on Dreamsicles right now. I don't know if it's this clutch or the next one I'm going to show you, but I think between both clutches I have 2 female Dreamsicles and 5 males, which isn't bad. I'd like to have more females. I'd rather have it more equal between males and females, but I'll take it. They're still Dreamsicles and they are awesome. Okay, let's get these guys put away. Now this next clutch that I have is a Dreamsicle male bred to a pied 100% het lavender female. So this one, both parents are visible pieds, the male being a Dreamsicle, so he's a lavender albino pied, the female being a visible pied, and she's het for lavender. So that makes all of these pieds het for lavender. And these guys or girls, I didn't actually sex these yet, but these would be great to pair up with the lavender het pieds from the other clutch. Because when you breed a lavender het pied to a pied het lavender, the worst thing that you can produce out of that is a 100% double het lavender pied. And you'll also hit on Dreamsicles, pied 100% het lavenders, and lavender 100% het pieds. So not a bad pairing if you want to do Dreamsicles and you're on a little bit more of a budget than what would afford you to be able to get an actual pair of Dreamsicles. So there's one high white Dreamsicle. And here's another one with fairly high white. And then here is a low white. And that one is probably my favorite. I prefer my Dreamsicles to be either low white or mid white. The high white ones are really nice too, but you know, you don't see as much of the oranges and yellows in there, and then the pattern within the orangey yellow color will end up getting to be lavender as it gets older. I haven't actually sexed any of these. I'm planning on keeping one female Dreamsicle back out of all of these. Well, this one's a boy, so someone's in luck if they want a lower white Dreamsicle with just an incredible pattern. So that is the other Dreamsicle clutch. And then I believe I've got a Dreamsicle to double het clutch, which there will hopefully be a Dreamsicle or two in there. And then I think I've got a couple more clutches on the way yet too. So I don't produce a ton of Dreamsicles. I mean, 7 is quite a few that I've had so far this year. That's not bad, but I mean, compared to some of the other morphs that I produce, it's not really very many, which is why Dreamsicles are still pretty valuable and somewhat hard to find animals or ball pythons, because they aren't very easy to produce. This guy has had enough of being shown off right now. He's kind of getting snappy. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple other cool things that hatched. These are just some of the nicer babies from a Super Orange Dream Spider bred to an Orange Dream Fire. It's a Super Orange Dream Fire Spider. This is a Super Orange Dream Fire Spider. And I believe this is the same thing. And I think this is just a Super Orange Dream Spider. I don't think there's fire in that one. You can see the head's a little bit darker. It's got a little bit more flecking in the pattern, and the overall coloration slightly darker. And then here is a Super Orange Dream Fire as well. So I'm producing a lot of Super Orange Dream stuff. Quite a bit of mine this year is going to have spider in it, which I know kind of turns some people off. I personally don't really have a problem with spiders. I've had very, very few of them that have ever had severe head wobbles. Most of them act just like any other ball python. So everybody has their own opinions on that, and I'm not really going to get into who's right or who's wrong, but I've been producing spiders for a long time. Never really had any issues with them. But I happen to be producing a lot of Super Orange Dream stuff with spiders in this year because my main breeders are Super Orange Dream Enchi Spider male, Super Orange Dream Fire Bee male, and then a Super Orange Dream Spider male. I just wanted to make sure I had Super Orange Dream in all the pairings that I did, and I just happened to, the previous year, just happened to hatch out most of those with spider in them. So I am planning on cutting back on the amount of spider just because of the, I guess, kind of limited popularity of them, because of the fear that some people have with the whole head wobble issue. So, but you know, for now, I'm going to have a lot of spider in my Super Orange Dreams, or at least this year. So I'm trying to add some other genes into my Super Orange Dream stuff to get a little bit more diversity. So hopefully by next year, you'll see a lot more diversity with my Super Orange Dreams. Okay, I'm going to get these guys put away. Okay, the next one, this is only a partial clutch. I had a yellow belly and a normal in it as well. Didn't think those were worthwhile showing. This is from a bamboo calico yellow belly bred to a bamboo possible yellow belly. So banana calico yellow belly to bamboo possible yellow belly. I had it labeled initially as a bamboo yellow belly, but when she produced her first clutch a couple of years ago, I didn't see anything yellow belly in it, so I didn't really know for sure if she had yellow belly. But this is a banana yellow belly. And then I produced some ivories, and that's how I know both mom and dad here have yellow belly in them. I produced 3 ivories, and those could have banana, calico, and bamboo in them. So these are kind of going to be a surprise if somebody ends up using these for breeding at some point. They could get all kinds of hidden things in there. They're obviously not regular yellow bellies because you can see they have super white clear heads. They just don't have the little bit of pattern that a typical ivory gets in them. So yeah, it'll be really cool to see what these guys do. I might keep 1 or 2 of them just to see what pops out in the future. Okay, so what else we got here? Okay, this clutch is pretty cool. If you like the color orange, this will be a nice clutch for you to see. This is a banana Enchi leopard bred to a banana spinner. Okay, here's the first one. This is a banana Enchi spinner. Now, there's a potential to have super bananas in this clutch as well, but I actually can't tell which ones of these are going to end up being super or not, or if any of them are. This one is a banana or super banana Enchi pinstripe. It's a possible leopard as well. This one I would say has the best chance of being a super banana. The purple in it is a lot lighter, and look at the head's almost white, kind of a really light kind of purplish. But I'd say this one probably has leopard in it, and it's probably a super banana. I've never seen a super banana leopard before, so I don't know how much darker the leopard makes a super banana than a regular super banana would be. And then this one is a banana leopard, possible super banana. And I think it's an Enchi, so I don't know. I'm going to raise these up. These are actually all girls too, so I'm probably going to raise them all up. I don't know if I necessarily need to keep them all. I'm kind of getting to the point where I can't keep everything. I tend to be really aggressive with holding stuff back, and I end up with more snakes here than I know what to do with. So I might sell some of them, but being that they're all girls, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna probably hang on to 1 or 2 of them and just raise them up and see what they end up looking like as adults, and also whether or not they're supers. It'll just be kind of interesting to see. But I just love the colors in all 4 of these. Okay, a couple more clutches to show. Okay, here's a nice little leopard clown. This is a pretty simple breeding. It was a leopard clown bred to a lesser clown. That's a pretty typical leopard clown there. Here's another leopard clown. This one I'm not 100% sure on. It has the color of a leopard clown, and it's kind of got a little bit of the side pattern of a leopard clown, and also the belly pattern. So I'd say this one's probably a leopard clown too, but it does have a little bit more of the banding on the side than what most of the leopard clowns that I've hatched have. But just judging on the overall pattern, especially on the belly, I'd say that's a leopard clown as well. And then here's a lesser leopard clown. Now, if you remember from one of my previous videos showing some adult male clown breeders that I have here, I had mentioned that, with like lesser and things like that, a lot of them tend to fade out as they get older, so you don't really see the pattern as much. Well, if you add the leopard in, you get the really high contrast. Like look at this snake compared to a normal clown. This one has a very, very dark, almost black striping down its back. Well, that translates into a very dark stripe down the back of the leopard lesser clown. So that one's going to maintain its contrast a lot better than a typical lesser clown would. Leopard is just such an important gene to work with when working with the clown. I just think it makes everything with clown better. Okay, one more clutch. Okay, this one is going to be a little hard for me to figure out. I bred an Orange Dream, Yellow Belly, Fire, Het Clown male to a Spider Clown female. And there was one normal Het Clown in here as well. Here's a spider. And he or she is obviously Het for Clown. There's a fire spider. There's a possibility this one may be a fire spider and this one may be an Orange Dream fire spider, but I'm not 100% sure. Sometimes those colors don't really come in when they first hatch. It takes a little while, especially with the Orange Dream fire spiders. Sometimes you can't see it quite right away. Although just as I say that, then there's this one. This is definitely an Orange Dream fire spider. You know, these all have a chance to be yellow belly too. I don't really see the yellow belly pattern in this unless the Orange Dream and the fire wash it out to the point where it basically isn't there anymore, but I don't think so. I'm going to put this one back. He's being a little too squirmy. Okay, and this was the first visible clown in the clutch. I think that's a fire clown, but it actually is a little bit more yellowy looking than a typical fire clown. So there may be Orange Dream in that. A lot of these look so different when they get to be 200, 300, 400 grams than they look like when they're hatchlings. These guys just shed over the past couple of days, so I have to wait and see on this one, but I think this one's a regular fire clown, and like I said, it may have Orange Dream in it. Okay, and then for the really interesting ones here, I think that this is a fire yellow belly clown. Fire yellow belly spider clown, sorry. It does have a little bit more pattern along the belly, which would give me an indication that there's probably yellow belly in it. And judging by the color, you could definitely tell that there's fire in there, and then there's obviously spider in there. And the reason why I don't think that is the Orange Dream version of the fire spider clown is that this one right here, I believe that this is an Orange Dream fire spider clown, and it's also possible yellow belly. And again, I think all the other things in there would wash out the yellow belly pattern along the bottom so much, but there is a little bit more pattern there than a typical spider clown anyway. So this one may have yellow belly, which would explain some of the jacked up color with it. This one's a lot more yellow than this one. Hopefully that comes through on the video. So I think that this is an Orange Dream fire spider clown. It's probably a yellow belly as well. Either way, pretty cool snakes. Alright, well that's all I have today. Now I got to get to work putting all these away. I think I have a dozen clutches that I have to get set up today. It's going to probably take me 2 or 3 hours, well, maybe not 2 or 3 hours, probably an hour, hour and a half to get all those set up. And then I have my rats coming in today, so then it's going to be all feeding all the rest of the day. Hopefully I'll be done before I got to go to bed tonight. Otherwise I'll be doing this in my sleep. So until next time, I will see you soon. And make sure to check out my website, royalconstrictordesigns.com. I've got a lot of stuff on there available right now. And I will be back with another video very soon.